Good morning to you, members of the media, and good morning to listening and viewing public. Welcome to today's post-cabinet briefing. To facilitate today, we have with us our Minister for Health, Social Security and International Business, Honorable Nicholas Steele. We know he's no stranger to this, and he's here this morning to give us some updates arising out of the cabinet meeting yesterday, of course. But in addition to that, there is a very topical issue that we know the nation is concerned about right now. It has to do with the seaweed problem that has been plaguing some of our beaches. And we know as a tourist destination, but even more so as a local population, for health reasons and environmental reasons, we have to be concerned about this. So Minister will let us know what his ministry, as the leader in dealing with this issue, what the plans and processes are. Thank you.
Thank you, and good morning to you. Good morning to you all and to all of your listeners and viewers out there. Let me first start with the issue of sargassum. The sargassum seaweed issue is a regional issue, a regional problem from Florida all the way down to Trinidad, Venezuela, South America. The cabinet mandated that a subcommittee be set up, of which I led as Minister of Health, but involved the Ministers of Agriculture and Environment and other PSs from those ministries. This committee was set up about a week and a half ago. We have set in motion a plan to clean up the existing beaches, which are from Carriacou all the way down to South St. George, Lansapine in particular, so Marquis, Soubise, all of those beaches. That process should start today. Tomorrow for the latest. Subcontractors or contractors have been appointed, 3 in Grenada, and we are finalizing for Carriacou today as well so that they can start immediately for the cleanup. That is an interim fix because it's become most evident that this, not only is it a regional challenge and issue, but it is a reoccurring annual challenge and issue. Therefore, Cabinet has mandated that we approach the OECS Secretariat and other regional entities to look at it as one of the effects of climate change, so either through the Ministry of Climate Resilience or directly OECS Secretariat to find a regional solution and also regional funding for this issue. It cannot be that the governments consistently every year find an ad hoc amount to deal with the situation. It is apparent this year that the seaweed that is coming ashore is more than last year and in more beaches than last year. Therefore, the budget allocation is going to be possibly greater than that of last year. Therefore, the need to deal with it on a regional basis and to have a contingency plan or funding set up to deal with all of the islands that are being plagued by this. So, in short, the cleanup has started today in most areas, and by tomorrow in almost all of the areas affected by it. We are being sensitive to the environment, that our beaches, apart from them being plagued by the sargassum weed, our beaches are also home to turtles and the nesting of turtles, and trying to be as sensitive as possible to the environment. But we have to address the health issues of our people first and foremost, and the inconvenience, or in most cases that I have visited all of the beaches on the East Coast in Grenada, intolerable conditions of which the residents have had to exist. So the sargassum will be removed from the beaches and will be placed in certain sites away from public habitat. Namely, as last year, pearls, and quite possibly this year, because it is extended further south, Mount Hartman. That is the contingency plan right now for sargassum. As to how long it will continue, how many more months or weeks it will continue, we are unaware, and that again necessitates the need to have a more planned regional approach and planned regional budgetary support. Secondly, from a point of view of Ministry of Health, Cabinet mandated a week ago, and I can report that we are a week away from having a new plan of regulations with respect to cemeteries in Grenada. Specifically, the size of tombstones or graves within our cemeteries. We have limited land available for the interment, and therefore we must use that land wisely. So a committee of the Ministry of Health, of Lands, the undertakers, has been set up, and the regulations have been discussed for years. This committee is mandated within the next week to bring forward those new regulations that will dictate how we intern in our cemeteries in coordination with churches, undertakers, and Ministry of Health. As well, for our upcoming Parliament, we expect to open the new Parliament building in the first week of June. Ideally, the first Friday of June. Invitations have already been sent out, and we have received favorable responses from various regional heads of state, as well as international observers or representatives. So we are looking forward to that ceremonial opening of the new Parliament building. I, in particular, am looking forward to that. There will be, between now and then, a working session of Parliament to pass certain bills, which will occur at the Trade Centre as normal. But then, in the first week of June, we will open the new Parliament building, and from then on, the Parliament will occur in its new permanent house. We again extend our gratitude to the government and people of Mexico and the government and people of the United Arab Emirates, as well as the initial assistance that was received from the government and people of Australia. And all of the individuals who have been involved, the local architect, COCO, the local contractor, Quinco, and Ministry of Works and UN Ops for their involvement in this process. NHI, National Health Insurance, I promise to always give you updates. In fact, today, after this post-cabinet briefing, I am meeting with the consultants from University of the West Indies, which they will be presenting what is termed the basket the basket of treatment or services that will be offered as an option that we now need to look at and have that fit in with the actuarial review in terms of the funding that is available to find the best fit for us all in Grenada. Now that initiates a new round of consultation with our various stakeholders to make sure that everyone is in agreement with the basket of services and the match with the actual review. But just to give you that update, we continue to progress. That is the final step in terms of putting the national health insurance in place. There is also currently going on, the IMF is here, a group from the IMF, and they're meeting with the Ministry of Finance, Inland Revenue, etc., part of the regular meetings that have been happening. I have been authorized to say that it does appear that there is an additional 30 million US in funding that is being made available. Details will follow from the Ministry of Finance, I would assume shortly in the next day or two once that trip is completed. Those are basically, and for the working session of Parliament, which will be next week, we are expecting, among other bills, I think importantly, to be tabling the Customs Amendment Act, which the first reading was done, or that act was circulated, to the various stakeholders last year. So we will be tabling that act and passing that act hopefully at the next sitting of Parliament, among others. Those are the updates, and I now look forward to any questions from you all. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Minister. Questions? Pass the mic to Sherry, please.
Sherry and Noel, Government Information Service. Minister, can you just give us a little extra information as it relates to the sargassum seaweed? You said it's more this time around, and you have added an additional, if I should say, dumping site for want of the correct word. Exactly which part of Mount Hartman would that dumping site be?
It's going to be on the government lands portion of Mount Hartman, and that's a contingency that has been put in place as a cost-saving measure. It is up to the contractors to decide whether they'll be able to use that site or want to use that site. Based on the information we have and the experience we have with the sargassum, once it's removed from the shoreline, from the water, the scent stops. Once it's dried out, the scent stops, and it actually is productive to agriculture.
Yes, because I was going to ask you, the last time around there were farmers who took some of it, so
Correct.
any engagement this time around?
That's why also why the Ministry of Agriculture is directly involved in this process again this year.
And a little more on the issue with cemeteries. I know for years that has been a debate. You said it would be in terms of tombstones, etc., and so on. So how soon would we actually get a full report as to say, okay, now based on the limitation of lands, possibility exists, you may no longer be able to construct tombs, the tombstones would have to be this width by that width. How soon would that sort of information come forward?
By the end of the month. By the end of the month. The process with respect to regulation of size of tombstones or so, most definitely by the end of the month. What may take a couple of weeks more is the surveying and of the existing cemeteries and enforcement, if where it does exist, of squatting on cemetery or lands allocated for cemetery. Part of that will also be new regulations with respect to internment outside of allocated lands for cemeteries.
Okay, morning, Minister. Christina John, GBN.
Morning.
My question is in relation to cemeteries as well. The Grambra Cemetery is said to be filled to capacity. What would happen in that case? Would the cemetery be closed off, or would there be an extension in the sense of added lands that would be made available for persons to really bury the dead?
Extensions have to be considered, as well as maintenance of existing cemeteries. So yes, on certain sites we have to consider extensions. On existing sites, the maintenance, not just of the regulations with respect to size of tombstones, etc., but properly maintaining our cemeteries.
Okay, and no allowance for persons to bury the dead close to their homes, as it used to be?
New regulations will be there for that, because that's also becoming an issue, a problem as well, to have set regulations for that.
Okay. My next question is representative in the South. What can you give us as an update with the Silver Sands Phase 2 project?
Well, Silver Sands Phase 2 project seems to be going ahead full speed. I am aware that right now the consultants are on island, regular visits. They still seem to be on schedule for their soft opening in the early last quarter of this year, and full opening as per their schedule. The hiring process has started with Grenadians. I know some Grenadians have been hired, and they're looking at others. Contracts have been signed with some local farmers to begin the process of supply or training for supply, or making sure that they have the quality that Silver Sands is looking for. So they appear to be meeting all of their various commitments and promises as they move forward.
Minister Steele, did we the government received the money that they were awaiting from Mexico to finish the grounds at the new Parliament building?
The phase with respect to the Parliament building is complete. That's why we're opening. The second phase, which is for the landscaping, and so will continue after the official opening. Funding has been received, partial funding has been received, but there still needs to be additional funding, but enough for us to begin the process of landscaping. And because it's been something that we've been waiting for, we are going to open that building to serve the nation, because that building is ready. The landscaping process, I look forward to that going on as we proceed. But I think the people's business can be conducted in that building right now.
Okay. You said that consultations on the basket of services for the NHI is like the last step towards it. What happens after these consultations are held?
The implementation of the National Health Insurance. Much awaited.
Can you give us an insight as to what that would entail?
Pardon?
The implementation.
Will be that we will have a launch of our National Health Insurance, that all Grenadians will have National Health Insurance, be covered by National Health Insurance. That rollout, it is going to be dependent on the comments and feedback from the stakeholders. And once those stakeholders approve a final document, we will be implementing our National Health Insurance. I still expect and think it is reasonable for that to happen this year, but we are cognizant of the fact that our stakeholders' opinions are extremely important in this. So until I have the sign-off from them, our social partners, I can't guarantee that, but I know that their comments will be taken into consideration. We already have had, in fact, the first meeting that the Prime Minister had after the election with the Trade Union Congress. They expressed healthcare as being one of the most significant issues for them. So I'm looking forward to their comment and buy-on for that basket of services and match with the actuarial review so that we can implement.
Okay, so we have finalized on the process in which citizens can obtain the NHI.
Yes. So it has to get the approval now of the social partners as the representatives of the various citizens of Grenada, that they're okay with what we are planning to implement, and then there will be implementation.
Thank you.
Can you give us an update, if possible, on the Grand Lake government court case that's ongoing?
As far as I'm aware, the procedure is one that's going on in the courts, and on a regular basis, once there's a judgment or so with the courts, there would be an update. But between now and whenever that happens, we have to wait for the courts. We should not be interfering with that. The process continues.
Understood. With regard to the cemeteries, can you speak to alternative accommodation with respect to the squatters? I'm not sure what the extent is of squatters on cemetery lands are, but what accommodation, if any, would be made for these individuals based on the time spent? And also, what is the government looking at in terms of addressing or putting in new regulations for the tombstones, people who have tombstones near their homes and so on? Are you going to flat out tell people no, or what kind of consolation can you give these individuals who have sentimental attachments?
That's why a committee was formed based on the Conference of Churches, the undertakers, as well as the Ministry of Health, to take into consideration all aspects. So based on the recommendations coming forward from that committee, we would move forward with respect to internment outside of cemetery sites or on private land, based on a recommendation that comes from that committee. With respect to individuals squatting on cemetery lands, there is a policy with respect to squatting on government lands, especially government lands allocated for a different public purpose. But I would say that the individuals would be treated on a case-by-case basis, based on where they are, etc., and the level of infringement. And also we would have to take into consideration the time.
Okay. Today's World Red Cross Day. Can you speak to, if, in conjunction with us being on the heels of the Atlantic hurricane season, can you speak to our level of preparedness, especially from the ministry standpoint? What are our capacities, if there's anything we need to do ahead of that period?
We always need to prepare. One can never be too prepared. I can say that we are more prepared now than we have ever been. In fact, I just finished a meeting with DFID, getting an update on the smarting of our hospitals, which is to make them climate resilient. Princess Alice in particular is near completion, and we're looking at an opening of Princess Alice somewhere in the month of June with respect to it being completed, the smarting of it, making it more climate resilient. So that's an additional step specific to the Ministry of Health. NADMA has been very active, and I would expect that you would be hearing quite a lot from NADMA as we approach June, the beginning of the hurricane season, with respect to their plans and initiatives and their ramping up. But across the board, I know from the Ministry of Health specifically, we have been strengthening our facilities with cooperation from DFID, and I know NADMA has been in the process of the inspection and recertification of all of the various hurricane shelters around the island, and there will be that public awareness that will start before the month of June begins with respect to our hurricane season. We are expecting, based on the information that I've received, a more than average active hurricane season. We all pray that it will miss us again, but based on what we have seen last year, the entire region, I think, is bracing itself.
Okay. The IMF presence here, this is just a regular follow-up. Okay. Any Mother's Day greetings?
Well, on closing, yes, for sure.
Okay.
Minister, we just want you to give a little more insight on that Customs Amendment Act. Exactly what does that entail?
The Customs Amendment Act was circulated last year. The delay in actually going to Parliament has just been to ensure that all stakeholders have been informed and comfortable. I myself spoke to individuals from the private sector to make sure that they are comfortable with it, the various government ministries, customs themselves. So we are now comfortable with proceeding with the Customs Amendment Act, yes.
Okay, Minister, my question to you is in relation to the shrimp farm, which I hope you can give us some information on. The shrimp farm that was launched in Guelph. From information that I've gathered...
St. Mark's, I remember.
St. Mark, yes. Thanks for the correction. From my understanding, the investor had withdrawn his contract, if I might say that, and he has now established in another country, will not be carrying out such in Grenada anymore.
I'm not aware of that, no. As far as I'm aware, the investor is proceeding. The investor has certain commitments to proceed.
Okay. But do you have the latest update on that then?
As far as I'm aware, as I said, the investor is proceeding. There are certain obligations of that investor to proceed.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Mother's Day greetings.
On the mother topic, we heard of the tragedy on Sunday, and many persons, the tragedy on Sunday, many persons issued their condolences to the mother and the family. But something that I've noticed on social media is the whole idea of supervision. And I know I'm putting it to you, Mr. Steele, but if there's any message that you can issue to families, you know, island-wide with regard to the supervision of minors, whether they are asleep or they are awake and so on, because it is culture, not only in Grenada, but in the Caribbean, really. You know, your mother goes to the shop, she runs an errand, you know, do something, and the children are sometimes left unattended, even though it's a family yard. But can you speak to, you know, the culture that exists and also the risks that are associated to it and the importance and significance of having supervision at all times?
Yeah, but first and foremost, let me extend condolences to the families before making any other comments and not implying anything from it. It is always a tragedy when there are deaths with respect to fire, or so, even more so when the individuals who are victims are children. It is insinuated or implied, I don't have the facts, that the children were on their own. That is a worrying issue. I would rather at this point in time, while the families are in grief, not to have a public discussion on that. Simply to say that there are rules and regulations and good practices that we all are aware of. If this is a case where that didn't happen, making comments would only add to the grief of the family. But as the mere fact that you have brought up that question shows that as a society on the whole, we understand the need for constant supervision of our minors, and we also recognize when there is a tragedy.
Thank you.
And let me finish by saying that it is always a pleasure to be here, but today in particular to extend not just a greeting to you all for the rest of the week, but to all of the mothers present here and outside, a happy Mother's Day. Thank you.
Minister, and thank you to everyone for joining us. Have a lovely day.
Pull your phone, tap this screen. Double times road match winners 2016. Pull your phone, tap this screen. Double times road match winners 2016, 2017 and 2018. We're gonna make some history in Grenada. Last year it was mass. This year is just more mass. Talking about Spice Mass 2018. We want everybody to come, support, and let's have a good time on the Spice Isle. It's all about enjoyment and fun, pretty mass and colors and jab and everything. So we just want everybody to unite, and it's all about tapping the screen. They can't wait for us to come. Remember, come and experience the greatest carnival of all. And also come and experience the beaches and the beautiful island, right? It's all about 2018 Spice Mass Carnival. Come enjoy. Last night I drink the rum and I falling numb, but I know this morning I'm waking up. Tap the screen. Pull your phone. Remember, it's going to be epic. 2018 Mass.
Mother's Day, take a step beyond the gift of flowers, cards, and candy. A big step. And Sunshine Promotions has got the perfect gift. This Mother's Day, treat mom to a night of love. Celebrating mothers, it feels good. Featuring reggae legends George Nukes and Barris Hammond.
Baby, I've gotta call you out. I feel the need for you tonight.
Nothing says I love you, Mom, like an incredible night of music from two of reggae's best. George Nukes is set to deliver his greatest hits. Don't cry. And just when Mom thinks the night is over, enter Barris, armed with the classics.
My Jack is a Mac and he comes around every Monday.
Mom could not ask for more. So be at the National Stadium for an awesome night under the stars. Tickets are going fast. Get yours now from all advertised box offices. $75 while they last, $100 after, or pay more at the gate. A night of love, celebrating mothers. It feels good. Featuring George Nukes and Barris Hammond. It's a night fit for a
Police
queen.
Force presents Ecstatic 3.
I make you beg.
A night of elegance, talent, intelligence, laughter, fun, entertainment, and refreshments as the men and women of the 4 clubs, along with Her Majesty's Prison, challenge each other for the king and queen title, along with bragging rights. I won't let go. It's the night of lyrics and entertaining calypsos as the police monarch will be crowned. Friday, 1st June, Grenada Trade Center, 7 p.m. Tickets cost $30 and you can win fantastic door prizes. Ecstatic 3, Friday, June 1st. Grenada Trade Center. This ad sponsored by Stay up to date with all that's happening with the new national party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.
For the first time in Grenada, get ready for the Little Miss Grenada pageant. A night of beauty, elegance, talent, confidence, poise and excitement. Saturday, May 26th. Spice Basket, starting from 6 p.m. The Little Miss Grenada pageant. For the first time in Grenada, every parish will be represented, including Carriacou and Peter Martinique. For more info, go to the Little Miss Grenada Facebook page. This event is brought to you by LMG Committee. Little Miss Grenada pageant, Saturday, May 26th. Spice Basket. Tickets will be on sale very soon. Stay tuned for more info.
You're listening to Hard Talk Grenada via www.hardtalkgrenada.com.
For over 2 decades, Grenada has had one of the highest electricity rates in the world. In a non-competitive environment, the high rates have been putting businesses under pressure, forcing householders to cut, stifling economic growth. Oh my Grenada. Like countries such as Dominica, St. Lucia, and Jamaica, Grenada is moving to open up the power generation sector to competition. Oh my Grenada. Like with telecommunications, competition will spur innovation, ensure efficiency and reliability, and make electricity more affordable. The economy will grow faster, and in the end, the network company will sell more. With a stronger economy, electricity usage will increase, maintaining profits for the provider while the prices gets lower for the consumer. Power to the people. Oh my Grenada. In a liberalized economy, everybody wins. Liberalization is about the people of Grenada. Fair competition, fair prices, power to the people.
From this calypso music is certainly strong. When the heat of the rhythm penetrates your soul, jump up, come on, jump up. It will bring you joyfulness way out of this world. Jump up, let me see you. Jump up. Happiness I bring to you. Music from the king, so true.
Sing the song, Devon.
Come let me party. Come let me boogie, baby. Come let me party. Honey.
You can't sit down. Honey, you can't sit down.
So come music inside your brain is gonna drive you crazy. Crazy.
Once again, good morning to each and every one of you. I know we were having a problem on 97.5. I hope they've rejoined us. we're saying a special good morning to all of you on the live this morning. Seeing Shauna, Neil, Hannah, Betty, Terry, Kathleen. Oh boy, you have a lot of other people there. Lesanne, Chris, Christine, James, Michelle, Hermina, Stacy, Listra, yeah, Kim, Jenny, Sonia, Everett, Jillian, Wendy, Cynthia, Dexter. Yeah, we're seeing all of you on the live this morning. Remember to like and share the live. Jenny's tuned in from Trinidad. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Devon, I hear that seaweed bad up your side, boy.
What?
Oh, man.
Have I seen that easy?
Let me just say seaweed. Sargassum. Yeah.
Sargassum.
Yeah. Beginning to become a regional yearly problem, isn't it? Yeah. I think outside of the local approach, which is that you get some tractors and you move them off the beach and different areas, that we probably need to get to the point of having a regional approach to this particular issue. It is affecting Barbados right now, man, just as bad as here.
Yeah, Barbados.
Grenada, Tobago, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, the other islands. Yeah. It's becoming a regional, it is a regional issue, and we definitely need a regional approach of how to deal with that. We have a caller. Okay, we lost that caller. We need to come up with a regional approach of how to address this particular problem. Yes, we can try to find uses for it. I could bet you though, if the Japanese were eating it, you would not find none of it on the beaches though.
Or the Chinese.
Yeah, one time, if that was edible, or if it is edible, and you decide that you're going and dry it, you wash it, you dry it, you bag it out, and you send that as an edible something to restaurants in either China or Japan or some part of Africa or even North America. Once there's a situation where people they praying for it to wash up. Yeah.
You know what trucks I joking and put it in the back of my yard?
Yeah, because if you say you're getting a couple dollars a bag and it's selling and people know that there's a health food. Listen, all we have to do is tell the Americans it's health food, you know. We haven't.
But for the farmers,
serious, no,
they can find some good use out of it.
Yeah. We may be saying that as a joke, but it's serious business there. It's serious business, because I know the people in Sobeys and Marquis, that they ain't have it easy with that seaweed. They don't have it easy.
And not just them, eh?
It's the people at Grenville itself all over. I haven't been up. So you got to tell me.
All for up in the inside Hartford Village, going up to Munich, all inside of there.
Yeah.
Right? It affects, okay, put it that way. On that side, it affects both the southeast and southwest.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Terribly. That's Honorable Emlyn Pierre's constituency, Honorable Yolan Bain constituency, and then to go down to St. David's. These are the constituencies I think that are facing the blunt of it, because most of the well, it's right on the sea coast. The road is right there, and the inhabitants is, meters away. So you can stay all the way in Grambra and get the scent of it, and it's not smelling good.
Ooh.
Yeah,
the one aspect, smell, you know? The one aspect of it, though, I think it needs to be bleached. I can't foresee with my basic agricultural science training that salt will be good for plants.
Of course.
So I think it would have to be bleached. In other words, it would have to be put in an area and allow the rain to beat it and so for a period of time before it is used, because salt ain't good for plants as far as I know.
One of the things, sometime last year or year before, there's a guy, a specialist, I think, from St. Lucia, deals with agriculture. And he was telling me, right, that what we can do with that, and he has done it in St. Lucia, right, is to take them and by the loads and so, dig a hole or put them in a big open space and so, right, put things like grass on top of it,
mix it.
Right, mix it up, leave it out there for a couple of months, let it bleach, as you say, right?
Yeah,
you say,
it had to bleach.
And everything, then turn it over again, and it becomes compost and straight into the land. Very good, right?
Yeah, and then there are different organisms that get caught up in it. because you have fish, and I think that all of that contributes to the smell as well.
Exactly.
It's not just the seaweed.
The
It's that
fishes.
it's a floating mat of grass. It's like a net that's coming in, so it catches all of the fish,
the young, especially the younger
and
ones.
even down to sea snakes, fishes, all sorts of things. It catches that, and
Stifles
it comes
them,
in with it. So they die in between it. So they're decomposing together with the sargassum itself decomposing, and that's what causes the high smell. Now we understand that, but we also understand that immediate measures are being taken for the people who are directly being affected by it. That's mainly the people on the eastern side of the island. The western side of the island, so far so good. So far so good. You never know if a 2 mat's gonna break off, come on the other side of the island and try to float in somewhere, but you're looking for them. But there are solutions that are not only being looked at but being implemented, because I think the average man or woman out there right now that might be listening to her talk and have to put a handkerchief in the nose because they could barely breathe, they don't want to hear that you're putting out a press release in relation to it. They don't want to hear that you might be doing something about it. They want to see the tractor rolling, taking up the stuff off of the beach. That's what the average man and woman want to see. They want to see it cleared out. And even though when you clear out one set, there's a next set that going and coming in. But they want to see the project started. And I know that the MPs for those particular areas, in particular the Honorable Emlyn Pear and the Honorable Yulan Bain Hosford, they have been on the ground. They have assessed the situation, and a near immediate action is going to be taken. Not might, not may, is going to be taken to address that issue. Yeah? And as I said, on the overall picture, it seems to be that we as a Caribbean community have to look at a regional approach to this particular issue. It is beginning to affect things like the tourism products in some area. I know some beaches in Barbados, they had to basically abandon using them for the time being because of the volume of seaweed that's coming in.
Fishing industry.
It would be a similar situation on the east coast of Grenada. There's certain beaches that you just ain't going to bathe in between that seaweed. You ain't nowhere in between that. Ain't going there.
The fishermen though himself barely wants to go out.
Yeah.
Because of the hassle
Well,
that they have.
not even barely. They can't. In some instances, it's near impossible for them to leave where their boats are moored to get out into the ocean. It's near impossible. And even when they get out there, the ability to catch is not so high because you have
limited,
this basically is like it capturing what's there, what's around it. It's capturing some within it, and it's barring you from being able to access what's on the outside. So it's limiting the catch of the fishermen. And this is why I've said too that it is important that the farmers and fishermen representative in the Senate be a person that continue to speak not only for the farmers but for the fishermen as well. Yes, so that fishermen may say, okay, we need some sort of assistance in some form or fashion right now. What is government going to do? What is the Fishermen Association going to do? And so on. There needs to be some sort of arrangement.
A coordination between all of them.
Yeah. Because it's difficult. It's difficult for the fishermen on the east coast of the island. Those guys in Mount Hartman, St. David, Marquis,
Soubise.
Yeah, it's difficult for
them. You understand? Right there in Grenville. You understand? High up telescope.
Difficult.
It's difficult for the fisher folks.
And forget diving, eh? Forget about diving. You had to forget that for now. Those fellas used to dive for
especially on the coast. Yeah.
And shoot, you had to forget that. Forget about those who does dive. They can't really do anything right now. All right? Yeah, Chris, I know what I'm with you, you know. All I have to do is remind Terry. Yeah, folks, we're talking to Chris on the live there. God. Chris, all I have to do is remind Terry and Hannah about the Grenada Invitational. And so don't give me no talk about food wasted.
I know
the police will charge me for food wasted.
And Kim talking about 3 years and in a row you're doing that, Sheldon. You have a bad reputation, man. You want the police and them. I out of that.
Me and the police and them cool. Me and the police and them is friend.
I have no warrants on my head.
I respect the Royal Grenada Police Force. I respect the Royal Grenada Police Force. Good morning to you, Teresa. We hope that you're having a wonderful morning this morning. See, you just joined us. Yeah, tell us about the no comment.
No comment. Oh, oh yeah, I hear what a no comment press conference in shoot.
Well, it has not interfered with me for. So
no
I'll tell you something for next day. So
who hosted that press conference? Oh, I believe it was them little people in the NDC.
My watch.
I call them the little people.
Nah, I ain't calling them no local people. It's big man and hard back woman that they are not calling them no local people. I ain't demeaning the people because of the age. I'm not going to demean anybody because of the age.
The children of the NDC.
I'm not going to demean them because of their age. I'm still consider myself a youth. I'm still under the age of 45. So I still consider myself a youth. But oh gosh, man, nah. We will come to that in a while. We will come to that one in a while. That's part 2 of the program. So we will come to it in a while. Folks, remember, like and share. Like and share the video this morning. Yes, so we're speaking about the issue of the sargassum. Please be assured that it is an issue of not only importance to the people of St. Andrew, it's an issue of national importance. Minister Steele, as Minister of Health, spoke about it this morning. He has personally been to the various areas where the sargassum has been coming ashore, or as we say, seaweed. He has been to the different areas where it's been coming ashore. I know St. David is also having an issue with it at different parts of St. David. I heard the Honorable Oliver Joseph speaking about it. In St. David's case, it's difficult to get it because in some areas, it's more around the mangroves. And so, you know, St. David, you have the 1 or 2 beaches, but you have some mangroves. So it's more around the mangrove areas, caught on the roots of the mangroves and so. And it's causing an issue for many of the people in St. David. Yeah, some areas, it's rough. It's really rough.
And when it goes to the mangroves, not only just the people in the area, but the inhabitant, the whole
ecosystem,
breeding ground for the fishes and so will be affected sooner or later. So government definitely has upped his game and starting to do something, right, of, you know, getting rid of most of it and so on. And hey, I know there are farmers out there who want, I mean, we may not have use for everything that we think, but there are a lot of farmers who basically use it, you know, and as a compost and so on, put it back into the land.
Listen,
you know,
I want the CARICOM, which one it is that deal with food and so through CARICOM, there's a particular agency, CADI or them, I think it's CADI or one of them that deal with farming and that kind of thing.
CADI.
Yeah, now do some inspection and thing and find out if we could eat that sargassum.
Mr.
If we could
what's
eat
his
it,
name, representative in Grenada, for this.
Watch, if we could only eat that, we start in a thing and we put in that as the newest health food trend.
Yeah, sushi.
You see, right now they want to buy all the sauce up they could find. We selling them all the sargassum we could find. Once that could be eaten, yeah, we know, and we put in it, we drying it, we sending it to them. All you have to do is put it in hot water. It's better than ramen.
and you know we good on preparing and curing sea moss and so. So I mean,
first of all, we had the name for it and all. Ramen of the sea.
Yeah, ramen of the sea.
Ramen of the sea. What? I can't pay for ideas like that, you know.
Oh my God.
Ramen of the sea. We taking that seaweed. We drying it. We having some big factory. I bet you can't go in Sobeys and Marquee and find none after that.
And we are market for it.
They go in all in the mangrove and pull it out by the bag. Ramen of the sea. We taking it, we drying it, and we selling it. The American will buy anything. So we selling it to them.
And we call it, that's a delicacy.
Yeah. Ramen of the sea, and it just put all sort of health benefits and thing on it, man. It come from the sea, you know.
Yes.
It must have some sort of health benefits, so it has some potassium and iron and different thing in it.
I mean, proteins, fish particles, and you know all that sort of things. Yeah, boy, that's a good idea.
Ramen of the sea. We package it and sell it. Yeah, ramen of the sea. We are even waiting for it to reach the shore. Fisherman forgetting fish, they go in and pull it out. Boatload like it coming on shore. Ramen of the sea. CARICOM, I'll have to pay me for that. I'm going to copyright that as soon as I'm done here. Ramen of the sea.
Morning, Zuma Sen Bernard. How you doing, boss? Former commissioner of police.
Yes, bud. Boss, I hope everything going okay. And I hope you're feeling a lot better.
Much better, yes.
Yeah. And continue with the exercises and so.
Oh, yeah.
Continue with the exercises.
You keep lapsing and tinging. Keep the thing going. Boss, I know you was fit, you know.
Yeah, you never know, sometimes ramen of the sea might help you too.
Yeah, that might help you, Consider that, boss.
Ramen of the sea. Yeah, all right. Nice.
Oh, by the way.
No, I say this thing as joke, but seriously, we have to find out if it is edible. Once it is edible, boss man.
We
And once we
canning
could
that.
find a market for it,
We
be
can it, we drying
be
it, everything.
China or India, places with
India,
1 billion people and over.
Indonesia and all these places and them.
What
Japan.
some people could be praying for this thing to come in shore.
We go be in
selling
demand.
that.
We go be in demand, Sheldon, and I mean, and so much young businessmen, entrepreneurs will emerge from Grenada and become rich.
That would be weighted in gold, you know.
Of course.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
now only the spice aisle, we'll be known as the ramen of the sea
ramen
aisle.
of the sea aisle.
Yeah, man. Morning, Neil.
And
Morning, Brents.
And we mix with a little spice, and we are the best spices in
we
the
go
world.
get different flavor ramen from the sea.
Flavor it up.
Nutmeg flavor.
Yeah. You see how
clove flavor.
You see how we do the chocolate? How we do the chocolate and so?
Cinnamon flavor.
Cinnamon and the nutmeg and the
man, you're getting anything
the
all
spice
out.
and everything. You know what I'm saying? You won't know the difference.
Oil down flavored ramen of the sea.
With that, with some coconut, steam it down.
Tell me I don't have a good idea. Ramen of the sea. Yeah, man.
You alone will go there without you, Papa. I take part of that.
Boss, I am going to do my investigate and inquire. I'm going to find out if this thing is edible. If it's edible, we are thing waste in there that we could make money off.
You know what, Jed? I think after we leave here, we gotta take a thing to two places. To the lab in Tantin there by Mr. Guido Marcel.
Yeah.
Right? And by the Chinese. To help finance it and everything like that. We got an idea.
Kenley is saying the Caribbean Agricultural Health and Food Safety Agency. That's the one that goes through CARICOM. But its properties are similar to CMOS, therefore there may be some use
to it
from a food perspective. I agree.
Yes, man. I mean, when you look at the thing, it's just like brown CMOS.
Let me see. Today is the 8th of May.
We had a Peter.
Just remember the first person that say ramen at the sea was me.
We had a Peter on that. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, City Song seems to still be off. So I don't know what's going on there. They'll be sorting it because the other stations are on. And it's not a problem on our end, so it has to be on their end. But they'll sort that out in a little while.
Let's try saying a little dumpling could be added and
yeah, watch a little. No, not just dumpling. Hold on. Not just dumpling. If we really want to improve the agricultural products, so they're getting a ramen at the sea with little dumpling in it, breadfruit dumpling.
Breadfruit dumpling.
Dennis, we want to kill nobody. We you're making the dumpling, the flour out of breadfruit. Yeah, so you can get the breadfruit dumpling. Now, everybody maybe think that we're joking on this thing.
That's a serious thing, you know.
This can actually be done, you know. This is actually a serious discussion that we say in a very jokey kind of way. But it's a serious discussion. This can actually be done.
This thing has life in it, you know.
Yeah.
No, it's a serious thing. We laugh and kicks, Sheldon, but this thing it is similar to the CMOS.
Yeah, it's very similar to CMOS.
So we look at the properties in the CMOS and see what is, what can be.
Because we have to understand how marketing and crowd psychology via marketing works. Many years ago, and it still have a lot of people in the tree, Noonie was the number one thing on the face of the earth. Noonie was the cure for everything, including Noonie.
Yeah.
Everybody was planting a Noonie tree.
Noonie curing Noonie.
Noonie was curing Noonie and all. Everywhere somebody had a Noonie tree. Yeah. So you had people with Noonie planting, a whole half acre, Noonie. And all of a sudden, nobody wants to see the thing again. And yes, it had a bad smell too.
Actually, a bad smell.
A pungent smell.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's one of the things that you realize, that if you market something properly, and especially the health benefits, everybody runs towards it. It's the same thing with soursop right now. Yeah, soursop is something that has been marketed throughout the world right now as having cancer curing properties. Yeah, anti-carcinogenic properties, so that it combats. It stops people from getting cancer, and it also assists people. It stops people from getting cancer. It also assists people in dealing with cancer when they have different forms of cancer and so on. That's why we can't have soursop on the tree right now.
No, we can't. Not even the young ones.
And Grenada, for all that people say, Grenada remains one of the only countries that can still send to North America the whole fruit. Mm-hmm. Trinidad, all the other countries, they have to pulp it first, take off the skin and pulp it, and put it in buckets and containers and send it. Grenada can send the whole
Green
fruit.
as it is, full
Yeah.
green. Well, not ripe, but
Now, Sonia, I don't know is noni. Yeah, man, noni juice. Yeah, Noni. Yeah, noni.
Depot.
Yeah, then moringa is the one a lot of people are going after right now.
Yeah.
And moringa all over the
tree of
place here
life,
in Grenada. Moringa is something that our grandparents and so were using, and everybody been using. They've been using source of. That's why those people didn't used to dead with cancer and thing. They used to dead from old age.
Depot want me to be the lab rat.
To do
Depot, and see what Depot power let me Lord
for the ramen at the sea.
Yeah, and if my locks in fall out, then that means
No, locks ain't falling out like that. Locks ain't falling out like
Depot,
that.
that's a nutrients for the natty dread, man.
Yes, somebody 97.5. Yeah. Oh boy. Let me tell them try 89.5 because 97.5 down, so we don't know what's going on with 97.5.
A man say make a juice with it and call it strong back.
Strong back. All of that could work because if it's similar to CMOS, if it's basically CMOS,
there
just the
can be
same
some,
family,
yeah.
it may also work for that. Listen, if you want to sell something fast for tourists, when they come here, just tell them that it will improve their sex life.
Yeah, that's it.
Within 5 minutes, they'll pull
You
out
sell
whatever
out.
price you say, and they will buy it. No, I mean, some people need to know how to do sales. Listen, I sell them a necklace and tell them it have certain healing properties.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will assist. And so they'll buy it. Yeah, they will buy it.
Definitely.
It's marketing. It's how you sell a product. Yeah, it's how you sell a product. It's how you put that product out to the clientele, and if they're willing to, and if they're going to accept. But not only that, it has to deal with a problem that they have.
Yeah.
Yeah, or a
Ongoing
perceived problem
yeah.
that they think they can get. So if it is preventative or it deals with something that they may have, then you're going to see what's going on. Nice? Yeah. 4407377, that's the number before we go to no comment.
347 329 3101.
Yeah, let me try a song here because I realize some people tell me something there. Let me try a song. And
Hi
see what we
Petra,
know.
good morning.
All right.
Mama run come, Papa run come. A musical transformation taking over the land. Check the tempo, oh, and you must know. The vibes from this calypso music is certainly strong. When the heat of the rhythm penetrate your soul, jump up, come on, jump up. It will bring you joyfulness way out of this world. Jump up, let me see you. Jump up. Happiness I bring to you. Music from the king, so true. Oh baby, come let me party, honey. Come let me boogie, baby. Come let me party. So the music inside your brain is gonna drive you crazy. Oh man, crazy, crazy. No doctor can find you complain. You better hold on steady. It's only me to give you the remedy. Yeah, yeah. Alright. When the vibes hit, oh, it's like magic. So you can't afford to sit down, get up off your seat. Don't be lazy, you must be crazy. Needless trying to run away from this musical trick. There's a feeling of love in the atmosphere. Feel it, I want you to feel it. And like a virus, it's spreading everywhere. Catch it, oh baby, catch it. It is vital for your soul to let the music take control. Oh baby, come let we party, honey, come let we boogie. lazy. There's a voice in the bag of music calling you. Come, don't deny it. I know you hear it. So just fling away your troubles, put on your dancing shoes. Don't let worries and frustration get you down. Down, down, oh baby, down, down. You got the powers to turn your whole life around. Turn round, one, two, three, turn round. Living in this crucial world, you can't let worries take control. No baby, come on let we party. Honey, come on let we go. Baby, come on let we party. Oh, honey, honey, honey. So the music inside your brain is gonna drive you crazy. All night, crazy, crazy. No doctor can find you complain. You better hold on steady. It's only me to give you the remedy.
All right, folks. Let's say a special good morning to the folks of City Sound. I think we've got that technical issue sorted out right about now. So as we were saying, ramen at the sea. That's what we're going to call our seaweed. After we take it, we go dry it, we won't cook it, we won't put in with breadfruit dumpling and all kind of thing in it. Totally local. Yeah? We're looking at a way to cook the thing and all kind of thing, you understand? To those of you in the St. Andrew area, we had on the post-cabinet press briefing this morning, we had the Honorable Nicholas Steele, Member of Parliament for St. George South and Minister of Health and International Trade, the Environment and International Trade. He would have made some visits, particularly to the areas in St. Andrew that are affected by the sargassum, and promised basically immediate action will be taken in relation to that. A government committee has been set up since last week in relation to that particular issue. So you're going to see some immediate action being taken on it. Of course, the most you can do at this stage is to remove it from the beach. Yeah. That's what can be done. You could go through the process of removing it from the beach. There are various uses that some people are looking at for it. What I would advise, though, is for those of you that... no comment here, I know. For those of you that are taking it, please, don't just put it onto your plants, because remember, it's basically coming from the sea. It's salt. You're going to salt your plant. You won't kill your plants.
Wash it out. Leave it for a couple of times to thaw out. And
leave it for a couple of weeks, even a couple of months.
Or wash it out if you want to. Soak it in water.
Yeah.
You know?
Or you might have, it might be close to a river. Get some river water and soak it out.
Put them in fine bags and bring it in the river and leave it there, let it soak out. And then you mix it with other, like grass and so, lawn grass and other particles and
mix it in. So farmers, you have fertilizer there that, I mean, boy. In fact,
it's ready made.
If we're serious, I mean, that ain't supposed to be there. And everybody could go and take it up one time.
Yeah, we could bag it and export too.
I think all the other Caribbean islands have too, so and we get together as a region and we send it.
I mean, that's look, Sheldon, I'm convinced,
I think we're playing with our money on the beach. Yeah. Serious. I feel we're playing with our money there.
That's part of some, that's some things that we can, that would put us to think much more. Yeah. You see, because we're on our back foot. We wondering what can be done. So all sorts of ideas will come up. Eventually, we will get an idea to deal with that particular issue.
But as we've said as well earlier, because we had started the program, but the stations were having a little issue there that I was thinking was on their end, but it was on my end. So, taking blame on that. Well, listen, it's not the easy stations, you know.
No comment.
See, both CRFM and 97.5 are up. Yeah. Garfield, morning.
No comment.
Yeah. No comment, yeah. I said we comment to no comment. I want to finish with seaweed and then we will go to no comment. I finally pushing thing, all rushing. All this over. But what we have to understand, though, is that it is a natural phenomenon. It is affecting the Caribbean region. It's not just affecting Grenada. It's not Grenada alone that's having this problem.
Nope.
From all indication, I know Tobago is having a similar problem. And good morning to Tobago before you say...
Yeah, we didn't call them out and everything. You know, so, all the hardcore listeners out there in Tobago.
Yeah.
Hey, good morning to you guys.
So Tobago has been affected. Grenada, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, Barbados is really affected. So that all of the islands are being affected by it. It seems to be a consequence of climate change because this didn't used to happen before. Not at this level. You had seaweed coming in, but never at this level that we're seeing happening. So it's a consequence of climate change as well. A regional approach, in our view, needs to be taken in relation to it. It can't just be Grenada on its own trying to find a solution, and St. Lucia on its own trying to find a solution.
Together it's
but
much better.
A regional approach to how we deal with this particular issue. And that's why we say, if it can be eaten, we think we should bag it and call it ramen of the sea.
Yeah, ramen of the sea.
Ramen of the sea. We take it, you clean it, you dry it.
And spice it up.
Spice it up.
We have over 100 different type of spices.
Yeah, you put some pepper and thing in that.
Spice
and
up
thing.
and you understand?
You understand? We start growing bird pepper and thing again. And we throwing bird pepper inside that.
You understand?
Nice and spice it up. And the same way people go in and they buying this plastic thing that it is called ramen, we getting something that is actually from the sea. And we know the North American market because we were speaking earlier as well about things like moringa and even back in the days, noni. Remember, everybody in Grenada was growing a noni tree. Everybody had noni. Everybody was giving their grandparents or some sick person noni and so on, taking it every morning and saying. So at the end of the day, when they were getting all of that, was because how noni was marketed, you know.
Yep.
It was marketed and everybody believed that noni was this great, fantastic, super healer.
Yeah.
And everybody started to rush it. And then the same with moringa right now. So if we do that and we market this, if we create a product and market it, you ain't going to sit down on the beach rotting.
No, man, you mad.
I'm telling you, before it reach on the beach, I know men going out with boat and pick it up.
And look at everybody backyard and you go see how high. You wonder if it's a mountain or island that come up.
Yeah.
First you go have seaweed.
Because you're going to see it being used by people. And then Grenada, we copyrighting it today.
Yes,
we copyrighting it. Ramen of the sea.
Ramen of the sea.
That is what we're going to call it when we put it in a little packet with we little seasoning and so from Grenada.
And we put in
we
the
little
ingredients
clove
and everything.
And we little thing. You can get your oil down flavored ramen of the sea.
Exactly. You get the broth flavor of the thing.
We call it the guave flavored ramen of the sea.
Yes.
So you get in a guave, like a fish broth in guave flavored ramen of the sea.
You understand?
Right? Ramen of the sea.
Yeah. Patties, you put in the patties, you're making the patties and so with it real spiced up nice, you understand, make some burgers. Go check Burger King and these people and them, you understand, we have something to make some money here, you know. I don't know what all they're saying, but I mean, Mr. Guido Marcel, I mean, work something out, boss. I know you have the touch in the lab, the chemist man. Come up with some idea, you understand? I mean, we could do that.
Yeah, ramen of the sea.
Ramen of the sea.
Folks, the phone number 4407377. I think we have a caller.
Good morning and welcome.
Watch me, you see that ramen of the sea, all they go be singing there? Make sure all they have is in abundance, you know, because I just see all the prices right here in the US. They're giving away tickets for 76 nights or something like that. From California to Grenada to Calabash Inn, Calabash Hotel, you know. Yeah.
Well, all right. Well,
I just watched it that day now.
Well, you're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
2 people win trips already. 2 families and win already on The Price is Right.
So we had to start preparing.
Sure abundant.
Yeah.
All right, my brother.
Yeah.
Fish cake and all.
All right, guys.
Okay. All right. Fish cake, man.
No,
I
but
mean,
it's surprising because people eat bird nests, all these kind of different things. There are a particular type of bird nests that's eaten, and you have all these different things. So there's a high possibility that we may be looking at a resource. What we're looking at as a nuisance may actually be a resource that we didn't realize we have and can be used properly. But meanwhile, we have to get rid of the nuisance. We have to get it off the beaches and so on. And so we're in the process of doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Everybody keep asking about the watch. It's not me that had no press conference yesterday. I did not have no press conference yesterday.
Oh, a press conference they're talking about with some no comment and
no comment.
Oh, no comment.
I have no comment on that.
But something sort of fishy, Sheldon, with that quote unquote press conference yesterday, right? Understanding that it was held by the youth arm of the NDC, right? Was not in the party office. I mean, they look I understood they went down to Kamhong Park, right? But they refused to answer any questions. Only no comment. No comment, no comment. I mean, what's going on?
No, they did answer one or two questions, but the main questions they didn't answer.
They didn't answer at all.
Now, I like to be exactly correct.
Okay.
I like to be exactly correct. Me or nobody go and say I lie on them.
And I understand too. That kind of causing a little riffle because I hear the quote unquote political leader going on a particular program tomorrow.
Yeah, where advertising the man thing for? I don't understand you. Where you advertising? If you going somewhere like you go,
right?
But we do advertising, we don't send in viewers to nobody, we're sending listeners to nobody. The people and them are
trouble.
I don't know where you advertising the man for.
I like Billy. No comment.
No, simply, I mean, if them want to ask questions, people asking questions, and these guys don't want to answer. I mean, it's not me.
Kevin, we understand that you're one of the persons who the ruling administration had preferred to have in the House. What were the considerations as a young person, as yourself? Why did you not accept the offer if an offer was made?
No comments.
Why so?
No comments.
Did you have any interest in representation in the upper house?
No comments.
Okay, all right.
But I mean, watch. You see me? No comment. You see? No comment.
This Mother's Day, take a step beyond the gift of flowers, cards, and candy. A big step.
The ruling administration had preferred to have in the House. What were the considerations as a young person, as yourself? Why did you not accept the offer if an offer was made?
No comments.
Why so?
No comments.
Did you have any interest in representation in the upper house?
No comments.
Okay, all right.
But I mean, no comments, right? No.
Wow.
No, the thing. Let me take this call and we will come back to that.
Good morning and welcome.
Oops, wrong one. Yeah.
Good morning.
Hey, morning.
Good morning, boy.
Morning, Sheldon.
Yes, sir.
Hey, boss.
I didn't catch you just now. I said it. Bird nest or bird mess?
Bird nest.
Bird nest.
Oh, nest. I thought it's a mess.
No.
Okay, well, I'm back again. Everything good?
Oh,
yeah, for the time being, man. Good to hear you, though.
Good to hear you, boy.
Sun hot as fire up right way.
Oh, man.
And the city is so much far away from me. I wonder if to go in the pond.
Man, watch. Go in the pond and take a thing, but make sure it have people live with you, eh?
Okay, all right.
Because I ain't want no slow song singing. I ain't want no slow song singing and flowers bringing. I want you around.
Okay, Sheldon. Take it easy, my brother.
We don't miss you for so long already.
Hold on. Wait, little Rena.
Huh?
Wait, little Rena.
She did down there.
She did down there? Sure,
yes,
she down there?
by you, man.
Oh, she down by. Hey, look, Rena. She down here and she pass and look for us?
She go pass. No, definitely she go pass.
All right.
Because yesterday she say, well, I'm going great. I must pass for her.
All right, my brother.
All right, my brother.
If you're listening now, look out, because she down there, she may be listening. She go pass by, don't worry.
Okay. And you have a wonderful one, our brother.
Okay, me.
Take good care.
Take good care.
All right.
You know when I come up, I must come by you. Yes, indeed. That's our good friend Curtis out there.
Morning, Brenda.
Cool. Yeah, I find it's time for Curtis to do a radio program again in June.
Yeah.
Yeah, years ago, Curtis actually used to do a radio program. I think it's time for Curtis to do a radio program again. No music and
we can do a little hookup with him one of these days, and get him.
Curtis, you know we got talk, man.
Yeah.
Might have a little possibility we could hook up a little something.
From so to so.
It might even be ever possible for him to do it from home, you know. He might even have to go to a station to do it.
Exactly.
We have another call on the line.
Good morning and welcome.
Morning, Sheldon. Did you find out from Solid Waste about the collection, the galvanized and so on collection yesterday?
I will be absolutely honest with you. I did not speak with them between yesterday and today. This morning, I said I had to try and contact Mr. Boyk, but I did not. But I'm going to do it before the end of today and give you your response tomorrow. I wouldn't say I tried to contact them and I ain't contact them. I honestly did not try between yesterday and today, but I will do it today. Okay, my friend?
So how would I know?
Call me on 406 6 5422. Call me anytime around 56.
406
5422. And you
okay.
5422, and you can call me anytime around 5:30, 6, anytime around there. Okay?
Okay.
All right, my brother. All right, thanks. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Mr. Abbott, in fact, I feel solid waste more than likely listening. So, our good friends at the Grenada Solid Waste Authority, please inform us. Yeah, because
Hi, good
there's
morning,
the
Miss
issue
Lane.
that the community got together. They cleaned up the area. They have the galvanized and so for transportation, and they were told that the solid waste will not transport it. So they want to know what to do, or if it is a case that they got wrong information, bad information.
Administration had preferred to have in the house. What were the considerations as a young person, as yourself? Why did you not accept the offer if an offer was made?
No comments.
Why so?
No comments.
Did you have any interest in representation in the upper house?
No comments.
All right.
Watch, anybody want to print a t-shirt mark no comments?
No comments.
In fact, next time there's something like Bucket versus Cooler, I'm moving to a crew called No Comments.
No comments and stuck in the pipeline.
I know not more stuck in the pipeline. All I know is no comments. Right now I deal with no comments. No comments. Because I mean that wasn't the only question the answer like that.
Yeah,
I mean okay.
I have a few questions. I don't know which one would be willing to answer. So whoever wants to answer. Is this event this morning happening with the blessings of the leadership of your party? And if so, why is it taking place at Common Park and not at the party's headquarters? Who's speaking?
Well,
So nobody's going to answer that?
Sorry about that. Sorry, we're not answering this.
I mean, no, something had to be wrong there.
Something wrong
Okay,
some way.
let's give you the background in relation to the two clips we just played.
Yes.
Yesterday, the media was informed, the Grenadian media was informed of a press conference by the youth arm of the National Democratic Congress. They were informed. They were invited to a press conference of the youth arm of the National Democratic Congress. First thing, they were told the press conference is being held at Camahorn Park for 10 o'clock yesterday. Usually, at least before election, before they get elected, they used to do it. Every Monday, they used to have a press conference at the party headquarters.
Yeah.
So, some members of the media may have found it strange. Well, how come Camahorn Park for a press conference? Why not at the headquarters? Is it that the UTAM cannot use the headquarters? Is it that they cannot utilize the headquarters? Is it that they're not welcome at the headquarters?
Perhaps they're a beach
Is
friendly.
there a problem? What is the issue? So, they decided that they're having this press conference at the Camahorn Park, so they went down there. I think the persons there speaking would have been Ian Thomas. He is the president of the youth arm of the National Democratic Congress. You also had the recently appointed senator on behalf of the National Democratic Congress, Senator the Honorable Ron Livingston Redhead. And together with them, you had the candidate at the last election for the National Democratic Congress, Mr. Tevin Andrew. So the three young men were there. They had their press conference. They spoke about issues. I think Mr. Ian Thomas spoke about the same seaweed issue. I can't remember the other issue. He spoke about the seaweed issue. Senator Redhead spoke about the house fire that took place in Fontenoy. And then Tevin Andrew spoke about some electoral issue or the other in Carriacou, Petit Martinique. But then they were asked the questions, and all of a sudden, when they were asked questions, the answer to the questions generally became...
I understand that you're one of the persons who the ruling administration had preferred to have in the house. What were the considerations as a young person, as yourself? Why did you not accept the offer if an offer was made?
No comments.
Why so?
No comments.
Did you have any interest in representation in the upper house?
No comments.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, no comments. And I mean, even when asked, now, the bare fact, now, if the question was an easy one to answer, he could have answered in a way that he didn't think would affect him politically among his comrades, he could have just answered. Listen to the question and listen to the question that was asked again. Listen to the question.
I understand that you're one of the persons who the ruling administration had preferred to have in the House. What were the considerations as a young person, as yourself? Why did you not accept the offer if an offer was made?
That's an easy one. You could easily say from the party perspective, we decided that we do not want to have any of our former candidates or so in there. It was easy to answer.
Simple.
But he's afraid to answer the question because he's afraid that if he's honest and he answers the question, there'll be political blowback from his own political organization.
Backlash.
So he goes to no comments.
No comments.
Why so?
No comments.
Did you have any interest in representation in the upper house?
No comments.
That again, he was asked a simple question. Did you, meaning Mr. Tevin Andrew, have any interest in representation in the upper house? And he said no comments.
No comments.
Now listen, he had an interest in going in parliament. We don't have to ask that. We know he had an interest in going in parliament. If he did not have an interest in going in parliament, he would not have been a candidate on behalf of the National Democratic Congress. So we know for a fact, we could say that without any doubt, that he had an interest in going in parliament. Yeah? We know he wanted to go to the lower house, but he had an interest in entering the Parliament of Grenada. That's one that we know for sure. Yeah? But when asked the question of if he had an interest of going into the Senate, he said no comment. Why he just couldn't say no, I was interested in going into the lower house and not the upper house.
Yeah, and I failed.
What would have been so hard about that?
Yeah. Be a man.
For him not to answer the question means that he's afraid that if he speak the truth and say, yes, I was interested in going, but they don't send me. Yeah. If he had answered the question, he knew that he'd have been problems, if he's not already in problems, with his political organization. So when we print in the no comment t-shirts.
Well, but I think by Friday I already called Teddy. I
called Teddy?
Yeah, I called him
no
already.
Comment.
I call him already.
Right now, hard talks are to sell t-shirts and things too.
T-shirt, no comments.
Yeah, we had to raise funds to help another radio program.
Yeah.
No comments.
No comments. No comments. You see them radio program falling off like fly.
Yeah, we had to help them.
No comment t-shirt. And I'm going cheap, $5.
No, but I mean, the mere fact that you cannot answer the question shows that if you give the answer that you believe is the correct answer, that you know that is the truthful answer, you'll put yourself in problem. Yeah. So the mere fact that the chap did not answer the question, the mere fact that he did not answer the question proves that he wanted to go into the Senate.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what it proves that he wanted to go, but he was not given the opportunity. And the mere fact that he couldn't answer about what was the criteria, what did they look at before they selected somebody to go into the Senate? The mere fact that he couldn't answer that. An executive member of the party, a candidate, all kind of thing, is obviously people would have spoken about him and of him and saying that was a good person to send. No comment. NDC, no damn comment. Nah, I watch all you behave on yourself. All you ain't going to get me.
Watch.
All you ain't going to get me top with this thing today.
I want to make an appeal. Depot and Chris, we asking for your guys' blessing. You can send down a barrel of t-shirt each. White t-shirts. White t-shirts, a little green now and then in and between. Right? We will do the stenciling and so. We have guys down here who can do that. Right? Send us the t-shirts. Right? I mean, we organize the course and what, and we print all the no comments.
It's 2018. We don't do stenciling again, boss.
Well, hey, whatever.
What do this guy? He feel we 1970 something. I'm not talking about stenciling t-shirts.
However, it has to be done.
What election?
We will make the money.
What election you now come out in 1972?
that is the first election Doc run, you know.
Not 1972. No, not 1972, brother. It was before that.
No comment. 1972 was the first election Doc ran.
Okay, if you say so.
Yeah, it was. You were a young boy. You wasn't born as yet.
No, I wasn't around.
Right. No comment. I like, but we have to design it in a nice way. You know?
No comment.
No comment. Understand? Bowl at the front and
but
the back.
That wasn't the only thing, you know. when asked, because they were asked basically if they were going rogue, if the youth arm of the party was going rogue, because we know for a fact
we know that
there is factions within the NDC right now. Some who are saying, last night I was reading a post by a very, very vociferous NDC supporter, and they were saying, time for Nazim Burke to go. They don't understand what he's still doing wrong. I don't want him go no way. I want the man stay.
I love for the man to remain here.
Personally,
I think he's the best leader for NDC.
I don't want the man going.
Yeah, no.
What they want to get rid of the man for?
Well, lead the man, give the man a chance. He only had one try at it. Give the man a second chance. I mean,
Tillman Thomas ran 3 times and lost before he won, and then became opposition leader, and then became prime minister.
I mean, who is to say Nazim Burke? Wouldn't lose 3-4 times and at least he might something, but hey,
give
the man a chance. I supporting the man for the leadership at NDC.
Lead the man. You can support me. What? All I saying is lead the man. I don't say who I support.
I ain't voting the
nothing. You can say what you want. I'm saying, well, it can't on so little guy. But
stop treating the man like that, man.
Out of that, we know, no, Richard, wrong party. We know that it wasn't that party. Yeah. We know that, oh gosh, every time I go to bring it up here, it disappears. Right. We know that there is confusion within the organization. Right? We know that there is confusion within the organization. But the youth seem to be doing out on their own merry frolic journey out there right now. And they are not following what is
the line of march.
But there doesn't seem to be a line of march. Right now, it looks like everybody scatter, every man for himself.
Randolph, could you give us an idea as to what is going on?
I ain't interested in talking to Randolph. I'm not interested in talking to him.
PRO.
I like to talk to people that can talk sense.
Anyhow,
sorry to say it like that. I like to talk to people with sense. I ain't interested in talking to them.
What about the goodly lady?
I'm not interested in speaking to them. Therefore, I don't know what do you this morning. I'm not interested in speaking to these people. All right. Our talk is our program with sensors come across. Serious. Now, I mean, listen to this question. This was a simple question that was posed to them by a member of the media. Simple question.
I have a few questions. I don't know which one I'm willing to answer. So whoever wants to answer. Is this event this morning happening with the blessings of the leadership of your party? And if so, why is it taking place at Common Park and not at the party's headquarters? Who's speaking?
Well,
so nobody's going to answer that?
Sorry about that. Sorry, we're not answering.
So why you can't answer if the press conference is taking place with the blessings of your party? If it's taking place with the blessings of your party, all you have to do is say yes. But if it's not, then you're afraid to answer, because then you're going to say the perception is that the UTAM has gone rogue. So the mere fact that you can't answer the question yes proves that no is the answer, which proves that you all are out on your own merry journey. Yeah? It seems as though they're out on their own merry journey. They're gone about doing their own thing.
Yeah, you look so breakaway.
Yeah, because, I mean, you asked a question, a simple question. Is the party aware of what you all are doing? And why did you choose Camahon Park instead of the party headquarters? And no comment? You can answer. We're not answering that question. As sure as the voice. First, I hear the president of the UTAM. You hear Ian Thomas there. You hear he fumbling and mumbling like he was going to answer, and he started to fumble and mumble. And then right after that, you simply hear, no, we're not answering that, from Senator Redhead. If the answer is yes, we are doing this and we have the blessings of the party to do this. If the answer is yes, the simple way to answer it, if you're answering yes, because if you have that, you're not afraid to say, well, we no comment. If you're answering yes, you're answering yes. Yes, the party knows what we're doing. Yes, we're political leader and the main office, and everybody knows that the UTAM of the National Democratic Congress is having a press conference here today. They are aware of the issues that we're going to bring forth. They are fully aware. But if it's a play for power within the party, or to sort of distance yourself from the political leader and to create your own faction within the party, then it's obvious that you're going to say no comment, because you can't say that. Can you? I could say it for you, but you can't say it.
Can't.
Yeah? So we know that that's the problem that you all have. So don't try and hide it, fellas.
Come out in the open.
What do you mean where I get the tape from?
What?
Listen, all you feel because election finish, I stop collect my information. No, I'm collecting information every single day,
Every
if all you feel like the only thing we have to play between election and now, I have a lot more,
We nah sit down. We nah sit down.
They realize during election we kind of let it go peace. Peace.
You understand?
Peace.
We let go the whole thing for them, You understand?
We have a caller.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my dear.
I would like to know if Camahan Park become the new headquarters. Please let me know.
Only them could answer that. As far as I could say, no comment.
No comment.
No comment.
No comment.
You tell it.
You want me to answer that?
Yeah.
You want me to answer that?
Yes, I wanted you because,
No comment.
You want me to answer that now?
Yes.
No comment.
No comment. So you want me to answer that now?
You can comment if you want.
No comment. No comment.
All right, my dear.
Only take care.
Have a good morning.
You too. Okay.
Oh my God.
No comment.
I see them girls acting for pink and green and thing in the jerseys,
Yeah.
Sheldon, we have a business.
No comment.
No comment.
No comment.
No comment.
Caribou people. I tell all you must sing thing alone up there in Petit Martinique. I ain't making joke. Let the man sheep alone. Right?
Putting net to catch a man sheep and all kind of thing. We could do that.
Next thing, they'll put wet fine bag to go and catch a foul.
And then after they will say no comment.
No comment. All right, folks. Hey, we have the grand reopening of the Granatang House. It's under new management. And that's taking place on Saturday the 19th, 2018 from 5 p.m. Food on the house. You pay for drinks. So the food free. And you're buying drinks.
And you buy a drink?
Yeah. So that's taking place on the 19th of May. And it's starting from 5 p.m. So it'll be a nice, cool activity.
Nice, cool activity.
The Granatang House. Right as you're reaching Granatang there where the tourists usually are there. The Granatang House. So food free. Yep. And you're just buying your drinks and so on.
Under new management.
Leave the monkeys alone.
Leave the monkeys alone.
If you're going there
right.
And you're bringing anything for the monkeys, don't bring no sweetie and that kind of thing. It'll damage their teeth. If you had to bring anything for them, bring a little banana,
bananas,
mango, fruits.
Fruits.
Yeah?
No sweetie and them kind of things. So.
Tenelia, see where right there? No comment. Right. No comment. That music by a popular DJ. Outside of that, no comment.
Junior, good morning, sir.
We have a caller.
Fix it.
Good morning, my brother.
Morning, gentlemen.
Good morning to you, sir.
Yes.
You called to comment, right?
Yeah, just to say something.
Okay, as long as you're commenting. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What I would say, next time the gentleman from Carriacou is available to the press, I would like them to ask him to give an update as to the pre-election promise relative to the health situation in Carriacou. Because my understanding, he said it on national radio, is that he was able to mobilize medical personnel in the diaspora, and just waiting to unroll post-election. I think the Carriacou situation remains. It will be very good if indeed, because even I had stated to him on that occasion that I don't think it had to be post-election. If you're doing something for your country, do it. Whether in or out of government, do it. Let it be seen to be a genuine national effort. And I'm stating here that the gentleman made that promise on national radio. He should be held accountable to the statement made. Also wish to state to the gentleman, he was advocated during that pre-election time as one of the flagship of the youthism, if I might say so, of the organization in question. And it is a bit unspeakable. One cannot really understand how, somebody like himself was not really given an opportunity to really represent the youths as the party advocated pre-election. Understand? So I just reach a lot of press people. Keep these people accountable to the promises made. Thank you, gentlemen.
All right, brother.
You know, but they continue saying that put people first. They ain't putting people. NDC they put in first, and they self.
Man, I choose killer over them. At least killer putting people in people. Anyhow.
Yes.
All right. All right. No comment, right?
No comment to that.
Depot. Them men want to make a Juve ban now called no comment.
Yeah, me no comment without commenting me.
All right, folks. I have some two very important pieces of information I must give you before we end today's program. Very important. The motoring public is hereby notified that the Lands Bridge Guave St. John will be reopened to vehicular traffic with just put thing in simple English of people. When you put 30 hours. Now come on, man. So I don't go and work it out now to say that it's 2:30. Just say 2:30. You're speaking to English people.
2:30.
You're not speaking to the military here.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious, man. Anyway, the motoring public is hereby notified that the Lands Bridge Guave St. John will be reopened to vehicular traffic with effect from 2:30 today, Tuesday, May the 8th. Although somewhat still incomplete, the bridge is being reopened to ease the hassle of commuters using the Western Corridor. Additional works to be undertaken include the installation of a ramp to accommodate differently abled persons within the community. Additionally, we wish to advise that the Hubble Bridge, Guave St. John, would be closed to vehicular traffic with effect 7 a.m. today. All right, until Friday, May 11th. This is to facilitate much needed repaving of said bridge. The ministry apologizes for any inconvenience which may arise as a result of this closure. The public is kindly asked to take note of these traffic changes. Something ain't reading right
Something
there.
ain't reading right because I'm saying, saying
okay, GIS.
Yes.
Look over what you send,
Please.
read it over, and send it back.
Yes, send it back for us, please.
Or get a St. John's person to look at it, because what you're in effect saying here
There's
is that the Hubble Bridge, which is the alternative route, is closed from 7 a.m. this morning.
I think they want to say 7
But
p.m.
the Lands Bridge is open from 2:30.
So that means no vehicular traffic is going to go out.
Yeah, come on, somebody,
based on what
seriously,
we
take
see,
a look at this thing, and this
yes.
was the recent version. Take a look at this thing and get it proper and send it back to us
Please.
before the program ends.
Thank you.
All right, nice. Seriously.
Yeah. No comment.
Good morning,
No comment.
Good morning, Sheldon.
Good morning, my friend.
Devon.
Good morning, my
How's
friend.
everything?
Good.
Well, Sheldon, I understand something. Eh? You have a press conference. You invite the media. You once you invite the media, you know they go ask questions. And when they came there and asked questions, no comment. I find something wrong. But if you invite the media to come, you must expect questions going to be asked. Right? And all what they asking, no comment. But Sheldon, they are saying how they're divided cannot stand. And right now, and see, it's totally different. There are three factions: the youth, the middle age, and the old age, the senior citizen. And I want to say, Brother Sheldon, I feel like that is just disrespect. If you invite me to home to have a discussion, I want to ask questions, you just refusing to answer because why you invite me? Why you invite me there? No, Sheldon. And that, look again, the same young man.
No comment.
Candidate for Sky Cooper NDC. Right? He trying to go like be so that. I don't believe he want to get into politics. I want to be a member of the law house. Right? You are interested to be there. Okay, so if you are a young person, you are a young person, you get an opportunity to go into the Senate. Brace it. Right? Because see what I look at what NDC did. They say nobody that take part as a candidate in the last election will be available for a senator post in the upper house. So it's what they do. While they're trying to say they care about young people, but still trying to keep down a young man. So what I try, you want to lift up young people. You lift up young people. We going out. So try to lift up young people. But see something right? They have you that you saying they're only using them as token to say, Brother Sheldon. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they're only using the young people. But they don't really care. And that's the whole issue with it, because see, everything I do ask them, like with a song, they don't know. But this time is no comment. Because always ask them, we don't know.
So he changed that to no comment. Brother Sheldon, never you have a good day.
All right, my brother. No comment.
No comment. Yeah.
Rashida Wickham, good morning to you. Yeah. Hey, and Najuma Mark.
I should have the corrected version in a short while. But here what? You know something? Let me just remind people one or two things that coming up there.
Yes, coming up.
Yeah, we want to remind people of different things that coming up. And since he said Najuma, let me start with Najuma. And then we will come back to
the liquor people first.
For the first time in Grenada, get ready for the Little Miss Grenada pageant. A night of beauty, elegance, talent, confidence, poise and excitement. Saturday, May 26th. Spice Basket, starting from 6 p.m. The Little Miss Grenada pageant. For the first time in Grenada, every parish will be represented, including Carriacou and Peter Martinique. For more info, go to the Little Miss Grenada Facebook page. This event is brought to you by LMG Committee. Little Miss Grenada pageant, Saturday, May 26th. Spice Basket. Tickets will be on sale very soon. Stay tuned for more info.
This Mother's Day, take a step beyond the gift of flowers, cards, and candy. A big step. And Sunshine Promotions has got the perfect gift. This Mother's Day, treat mom to a night of love. Celebrating mothers, it feels good. Featuring reggae legends George Nukes and Barrett Hammond.
Baby, I've gotta call you out. I feel the need for you tonight.
Nothing says I love you, Mom, like an incredible night of music from two of reggae's best. George Nukes is set to deliver his greatest hits. And just when Mom thinks the night is over, enter Barris, armed with the classics.
Now Jack is the Mac and he comes around every Monday.
Mom could not ask for more. So be at the National Stadium for an awesome night under the stars. Tickets are going fast. Get yours now from all advertised box offices. $75 while they last, $100 after, or pay more at the gate. A night of love, celebrating mothers. It feels good. Featuring George Nukes and Barris Hammond. It's a night
The
fit
Royal
for
Grenada
a
Police
queen.
Force presents Ecstatic 3.
I make you beg.
A night of elegance, talent, intelligence, laughter, fun, entertainment, and refreshments as the men and women of the 4 clubs, along with Her Majesty's Prison, challenge each other for the king and queen title, along with bragging rights. It's a night of lyrics and entertaining calypsos as the police monarch will be crowned Friday, 1st June, Grenada Trade Center, 7 p.m. Tickets cost $30 and you can win fantastic door prizes. Ecstatic 3, Friday, June 1st. Grenada Trade Center. This ad sponsored by Huggins.
All right. So I'm just seeking
hold on. We are one more.
We are caller.
Yes. Good morning and welcome.
Hey, good morning, brother. How you guys doing?
Not too bad.
You know,
You have a comment?
Well,
all right, just make sure. Making sure. Go ahead.
That laugh me no comment.
I mean, I had to laugh last night too. I laughed. Even I was laughing last night. You know? I mean, to me, that's the biggest joke I ever said in my life. You know? I mean, these guys seem to amaze me. You know? They always just crack me up.
But you know the greatest one, they were asked if the party was aware
of
if they're holding a press. So you think the new National Party, our president of our youth arm, Senator the Honorable Judd Cadet.
Yeah.
Now you think that he will go down the bus terminal, call the media and say I'm having a press conference down there, and he go down the bus terminal and he take 2 members with him and he having a press conference, and that the party executive nor the party knows that Judd is doing. Judd would never do a thing like that.
You understand?
He would never. Senator Cadet would never do something like that. I can assure you, the Senator Judd Cadet that I know would never do something like that.
And
the party would know what is taking place, because when he says the youth arm of the new National Party, he is speaking on behalf of the party from the youth perspective and the youth arm.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore the party must be aware. So I can understand, well, maybe the NDC does operate differently. I don't know.
No,
left hand don't know what the right hand do. I hear the PRO didn't even know they having that.
See, well, I realize that.
I hear the PRO didn't even know that they was having that press conference.
You understand? but Sheldon, right now, I think NDC is going what you call, crash and burn, because most NDC I have conversation with right now. Everybody's like, they wonder what's going on with the NDC. It's like they can't understand what's going on. The strategy is not even clear to them what is really going on. The only thing I see close to that is the West Indies team, right? I mean, you have good players. You have players that, now and then they make a little 100. And you just sideline everybody.
Yeah.
And you pick a bunch of young people. And you say, let's go and play. Nothing wrong with young people, because you have to blend it. I believe...
No, I like the fact that you have young people. They finally have started to follow the new National Party.
Yeah.
Because as I said, we have a long history of appointing youth to the Senate. We have a long history of youth as candidates as well. So it's nothing new that the new National Party has had youth involved. It's a good thing to see the NDC finally coming on board having youth
But they take it as a joke.
Well, no, they're doing it for tokenism. They're doing it just to be able to say that they have youth. And that they have sent youth and that sort of thing. They're doing it for that. But if you look back at the history of the new National Party, Richard Macphail was a youth. Dwight Horsford, a youth. Emlyn Pear, a youth. Tobias Clement. All of them were youth when they first went into the Senate to represent the new National Party. The youngest one I think we had was Devon Romain. I think he was 22 at the point in time, 21 or 22, when he was not only a candidate on behalf of the new National Party, but he was appointed to the Senate as well. And myself was under the age of 35 when I was appointed to the Senate. So it is not something new that just happened and just come about and the NNP trying to follow anything that the NDC is doing. The NDC is actually trying to play catch up with the new National Party.
Yep.
When it comes to the empowerment of women and women being part of the political process in Grenada, no other political party can speak of having a track record even close to what the new National Party has. None. Maybe the closest would be the GULP. No other political organization can speak of having not only the volume of women involved in the party, but at the top levels as candidates and as successful candidates, members of parliament in both the Senate and the House of Representatives.
Definitely.
Nobody can beat the record of the new National Party on that. So pretty soon you're going to see them start to say, we need more women, and start to bring in women too. And then they go say NNP trying to follow them. When we had 7 women candidates, 6 or 7.
Already.
6 or 7 women candidates the last time around. They will come and say we're trying to follow them too then.
But my friend from Carriacou, I expect a little animosity from him, because knowing his personality, right? Knowing his personality well, he would love to be in the Senate. He would love that opportunity. And to me, I believe there's a little bit of falling out within that whole rank. So when he said no comment, to me, I believe that, they're trying to do something, some way and somehow. Because being a young man, and you put up a good fight, you'd love to be in there to build yourself, not to be sidelined.
But you get that from the statement, the no comment, because the no comment basically means that
definitely,
if he wasn't interested, all he had to say is, no, I wasn't interested in that. But the mere fact that he says no comment means that he was interested. But if he says that, it's going to make his party look bad, because here's a person that everybody thinks would have been a good fit to place in the Senate. But his party didn't think that he was a good fit to place there. But if he's not good enough for the Senate, why did you send him for the House of Representatives?
Good.
And that's why I have to ask about all 15 of their candidates. If they are not good enough, after 23,000 people voted for them, if they were not good enough for the Senate, why did you offer them to the Grenadian people as people that should go into the Parliament in the House of Representatives?
And Sheldon, I predict there'll be more falling out from that.
No comment.
As I said to you, most of the people that were up for election, when they realize that the young people that they put in there, not giving a fight, because they're pretty young. They take a little while to learn how things go. Yeah, we understand that. But you have guys that could do an equally better job, and they're young. So they would think like, well, I could have been there. Why am I out here? So I believe that the leader would have a lot of problems in the future, real problems too. And I think the only thing I can see for the NDC is more problems down the road.
No comment on that. Okay, my brother.
Have a nice day.
All right. Folks, that's coming up quickly to the end, but we did lose some minutes earlier, so we're trying to make it back up. The motoring public is hereby notified that the Lands Bridge, Guelph St. John, will be reopened to vehicular traffic with effect from 2:30 today, Tuesday, the May 8th. Today, Tuesday, May 8th. Although somewhat still incomplete, the bridge is being reopened to ease the hassle of commuters using the Western Corridor. Additionally, works to be undertaken include the installation of a ramp to accommodate differently abled persons within the community. So you may have 1 or 2 people in the Lance area and St. John's on a whole that move about on their wheelchair and so, and you want to be able to make sure that they can cross without having to be in the traffic. So they're going to be installing a ramp so that those differently abled persons would be able to traverse without much problems. And also, additionally, they'd like to advise that the Harbor Bridge, that's the alternative route being used right now, as of tomorrow, not today, as of tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., they're going to close it off until Friday. So it's just between tomorrow and Friday. So from 7 a.m. tomorrow until Friday, it will be reopened on Friday. They're going to be doing some paving on the Hubble Bridge itself, especially with the volume of traffic. Remember, that bridge was not designed for the volume of traffic that it has on it right now. It was designed to last a long, long time. But remember, when you have that volume of traffic that would be passing there right now, all the traffic that's going up the West Coast. So they're going to be doing some repaving on it. So that will be done between tomorrow and Friday. It will be reopened. So the ministry apologizes for any inconvenience that may arise as a result of that closure. All right? Let me apologize to GIS. It's not GIS that make the mistake. It's somebody else that make the mistake. Next time I'll call the name. Right? Nice.
Hey, just another reminder, another ad. It's Sunday, Mother's Day. It's Grenville. It's at the Grenville Recreation Ground. Right? It's the Queen Show, upper level promotion. Peter Bain and Nola Bain. Mother's Day Queen Show. Sunday, the 13th. Starting at 5 p.m. Come out. You don't want to miss that. Beautiful mothers on parade showing their talent and so. Come out and support.
Real thing taking place this month. What happened to me? I finally had a real thing. I thought with some tight games coming up, all kind of thing too.
Come out and support the mothers, right, of this country. All right, Sunday.
Devon, quickly before we go, there's one issue that I need to raise, just briefly, but it's an important one. I've been noting a lot of people on the internet have been speaking about the fact that photos of people convicted of certain crimes are not being posted while the photos of others are being posted. I'll say this, if an individual commits rape, publish the picture. As far as I'm concerned, publish the picture. If an individual is convicted of child molestation, publish the picture of the person who committed child molestation. But if it is on their own children, don't publish their picture. And I'll say this because it will immediately make everybody know who the children that were molested are. And that's basically what the law says. You have to protect the identity of children who have been molested and that sort of thing, because like it or not, we live in a very cruel world at times. And people will see the child and other people looking at the child and saying, that child father do this, or that child uncle do that, and that sort of thing. So in situations where if you publish the picture of the individual that committed that type of crime, and it's going to cause difficulties for the victim, they already have gone through that traumatic experience, to have to be labeled for the rest of their life, that everybody see them and know that their father or their uncle or their grandfather or their brother is in prison because he committed that particular act on them. Not all of us does think at a certain level. It has some people that have absolutely no sense when it comes to these issues. Seeing a victim and calling them so-and-so meat. That is so-and-so meat. Yes, he meat passing there. Yeah, that's the thing he in jail for. The thing, that's how some people without, I don't want to call them men, I don't want to call them women. But that's how some individuals look at things. Now, if a person is convicted of any other crime, I have no problem with publishing their photos, publishing where they're from, their age, all of that. No problem with that. But when it comes to specifically sexual abuse cases, which includes fathers and the children or some other relative and their children, which if you publish the picture and the name of the person, you're not trying to protect them, because believe me, they're going to jail. As far as I'm concerned, they should be flogged as well, as far as I'm concerned. But anyhow, there's another story for another time.
Once they're convicted,
should be flogged publicly. But, well, when you flog them publicly, everybody gonna know who it is. Put a bag over the head and flog them publicly. But at the end of the entire thing, you have to protect the children. You don't want them going through more trauma. It's simple. It's easy to understand. Yeah? Rapists, I believe you're supposed to publish the paper and put all of them picture in the back end. No snap when they're passing through, the court and so. Yeah, the police picture. So and so was not just arrested and charged, but when they found guilty.
Convicted.
Yeah. The following have been found guilty of rape this month. And they put it out. Let everybody see it.
That is where.
No problem with that. But when it can affect the victim to the point of where people get to know who the victim is, I don't agree with it at all. Just thought I had to say that. Yeah. That's my 2 pence on the entire situation.
Yeah. My comment on that is that, I side with you, Sheldon.
Yeah. Because I think, you understand. Tomorrow, other than that, you have no comment.
No comment.
No comments.
No
Folks,
comment.
That's all the time we have. Watch that t-shirt. Hey, watch, you have something to put up on the screen as soon as we're done.
Yes,
man. Let me see. Let me give you 2 seconds.
We
give it 2 seconds. Drag it across.
Just drag it across, man. We can. Yes, that's
for those of you on the live, we want to give you a nice little something before we go.
Yes.
We don't want to go just
like that.
We want to give you a nice little something before we go. Yeah. We don't want you to get away just so we're leaving you at a nice little something on the screen. As soon as we go in,
and we don't comment in, right?
We ain't commenting on that at
all.
all.
We don't commenting on
but
that.
Folks, take this seriously. Think about things, because some people think with things fully emotional.
Oh yeah.
I'm an emotional person. I get upset. Yeah, I get upset. I'm an emotional person. But at the end of the day, we have to remember something. Children are involved.
Oh yes.
Sometimes they're not even children again, and sometimes they're big men and women. I think there was a case of somebody from since down the 1990s that had committed the act, and then they were brought to court recently and that sort of thing. So sometimes even the victims are big men, big women. But by putting out specific information, you are making things rough for them. But folks, that's all the time we have for today. We'd like to thank all the stations for being with us today.
Oh, yeah.
And we apologize for the little technical difficulties during the day today. And in everything you say, everything you do, we want to be speaking to and with you. Another?
No comment. Have a wonderful day.
For the first time in Grenada, get ready for the Little Miss Grenada pageant. A night of beauty, elegance, talent, confidence, poise and excitement. Saturday, May 26th. Spice Basket, starting from 6 p.m. The Little Miss Grenada pageant. For the first time in Grenada, every parish will be represented, including Carriacou and Peter Martinique. For more info, go to the Little Miss Grenada Facebook page. This event is brought to you by LMG Committee. Little Miss Grenada pageant, Saturday, May 26th. Spice Basket. Tickets will be on sale very soon. Stay tuned for more info.
This Mother's Day, take a step beyond the gift of flowers.
Now call me alone on the road, and I don't need no company. Fuck my riches, mass.
Greetings, people. It's a two-time Groovy Monarch, the man himself, Dash, the lyrical assassin, the Groove Man. 2 years in a row I've been capturing the Groovy Monarch of Grenada, going for the 3rd year to create history. So come and witness on the night now. Come and enjoy, because remember, we're grooving. And over the years, we know Groovy Monarch has been growing. Performance, the energy, the stage, everything just been different over the years.
You understand? I saw the girl looking best. Sing this. I feel I go home again. Keep up it. You are the best. Keep up it. No personal love. All on the road, inside the bank.
So come out on the 10th and witness pure energy, pure vibes, music, bacchanal, rags, flags. Witness history as I go for the 3rd one. to defend and to bring it home, back to the Ville. Remember, down the road, where we go, in 118, the 120 zone, out!
Pop your fist and move or you wanna move. Let we make them go. Once I made that thing for the easy no more. None of them are ready for that catastrophe. I got you.
St. Patrick's Skills Training Center being designed to create a balance between skills and academics. Details to this story and more in the National Report. Welcome back with the National Report for today, Friday, May 4th, 2018. I am Wendy Edmond. It came about because of a need to address the skills imbalance in the country. But the plan is also to use the St. Patrick's Skills Training Center, a project initiated by MP Anthony Boatswain, to produce furniture for schools that are currently in need. Mr. Boatswain, the MP for St. Patrick West and former Education Minister, says more than $1 million worth of furniture is needed by various schools, and that need is currently not being met. The Government Information Service paid a visit to the centre in St. Patrick for an update on the progress of refurbishment work. Mr. Boatswain told the GIS they are viewing it as an extension of the T.A. Marshall Community College that will focus primarily on skills training.
For the past 3 months, we had a training program for young people on the blocks, guys on the block, guys and girls on the blocks who are unemployed. We have trained about 50 of them in furniture making, and if you see what they have done inside there as trainees, it tells you that, they do have the basic skills, and we want to build on that. If we take an integrated approach to this project, that is to say, starting from cutting of wood right down to marketing, we can create over 100 jobs in the furniture sector alone, not including the other area of skill training that we intend to get involved in as a government.
Government has invested more than $600,000 to purchase and renovate the building. Senator Pamela Moses, the minister with responsibility for skills development, says the Ministry of Education will be responsible for outfitting the building and ensuring there is a board in place. Their model of management will be similar to that of a statutory body.
The Ministry of Education, Youth, TAMCC and NTA. The Ministry of Youth has the responsibility to find our young training persons for training. They're in the process now for putting a policy document together that would be used to select young persons to come here and train. The National Training Agency, NTA, they are presently working to put together the whole CVQ model, because at this center here we want to do CVQs. We want to have a high competency-based model here, so we'll be going up to levels 1 and 2 CVQ levels. TAMCC would supervise the whole training process and put the whole training process together.
GIS spoke with Raul McQueen, one of the workers, who said he acquired the skills on his own but would love to be certified one day.
I feel I go like that. Yeah, man. I'm a certificate, so when I'm working for that and I said that I want that I have to get.
The sister isle of Carriacou has just ended 3 days of rich cultural activities in the 9th annual Maroon and String Band Music Festival. Every year, the island showcases its African origins through drumming, singing, smoked food and other rituals practiced by the local people. The festival also saw performances from regional dance groups, string bands and drummers. Parliamentary Representative Honorable Kindra Mathurin Stewart commended the organizers for their efforts to keep the tradition alive. She also joined her colleague minister in highlighting the significance of the festival to the country's economy.
I can assure you that my government is committed to supporting our Maroon Festival and all other national and public festivals here on the islands of Carriacou and Petite Martinique. A subvention of 50,000 EC dollars cash payment was made towards this festival in addition to other support. we as a government have expanded our ministry to focus on culture and the performing arts because we recognize that the entire world is moving in this direction.
Minister for Culture, Senator Nolan Cox, spoke to the economic significance of the festival. He is pleased that the festival attracts several visitors.
The Ministry of Culture has and continue to give its full commitment and support to this festival. And I know that the Minister for Kiaraku will be happy to hear me saying that we are going to continue as the Ministry of Culture to invest more in this festival going forward because we believe that we have an excellent opportunity ahead of us to extract every single opportunity that we can from this festival. We believe that this festival has not realized its full potential as yet, and we can do much more with this festival to ensure that it brings more economic benefits for Kiaraku, and most importantly, that our young people continue to be part of it to ensure its sustainability.
Here are some highlights from the Cultural Expo at Maroon Festival 2018.
By the toe of the tree, 'cause it's good to touch the green, green grass upon.
This is the National Report. More news after the break.
This year promises to be a spectacular affair as beauties of the Caribbean compete on one stage for the title of Miss Caribbean United. Come see contestants from the islands of Trinidad, St. Lucia, St. Kitts, Nevis, St. Vincent, Anguilla, Dominica, Venezuela, Antigua, Dominican Republic, Margarita, Barbados, and host country Grenada. It's the 2018 Miss Caribbean United pageant, Saturday, June 2nd at the Spice Basket, uniting the Caribbean through beauty.
Welcome back. The Ministry of Education, Human Resource Development and Religious Affairs is throwing its full support behind the New Testament Church of God, which has organized a number of activities in observance of its 60th anniversary. Details from Annette Moore.
The New Testament Church of God in Grenada, which began in 1958 with its first physical location being the church in Beaton, St. David, has now expanded to 9 locations island-wide.
We want people to know that we are around and we are ready to serve the public.
The theme for the 60th anniversary celebration is therefore Go. During week 2, there will be evangelism activities which will include church outreach programs to the shut-in, elderly, disadvantaged, youth and the general public. Week 3 activities are geared specifically at youth.
The 14th of May, we'll be having some district services to cover the entire national church. So we have a service at Birchgrove New Testament Church of God and one at Lucas Street in St. George's on the 14th beginning at 7 p.m. So all young people are invited. And then on the 18th, which is the Friday, we have the Hymn Experience, a grand worship service at the Lucas Street Church in St. George's beginning from 7 p.m. We have the Gasparillo Ministries from Trinidad, some young people coming in, and it's going to be an excellent worship experience, so you can't afford to miss it.
Pierre says the Hem Experience is a service designed by young people for young people in Grenada to bring deliverance and healing. This will be followed by another youth-led event, specially branded Ice Cream Evangelism, on May 19th in Grand Anse.
Feel free to join our members. They will be around the Risk Cafe area, handing out tracts and telling people about Jesus and having some ice cream one time.
The main celebrations culminate with an all-day convention scheduled for Sunday, May 27th at 9:30 a.m. at Spice Basket, Beaulieu, St. George, featuring a grand worship service led by Pastor Philip Bonaparte from the United States and featuring a mass choir during the morning segment. Fletcher says the afternoon session will involve the presentation of awards to church members who made major contributions in various areas of ministry. The public is invited to join them in worship. For the National Report, I'm Annette Moore.
And that's a wrap for the National Report for today, Friday, May 4th, 2018. I am Wendy Edmond, thanking you for viewing. St. Patrick's Skills Training Center being designed to create a balance between skills and academics. Details to this story and more in the National Report. Welcome back with the National Report for today, Friday, May 4th, 2018. I am Wendy Edmond. It came about because of a need to address the skills imbalance in the country, but the plan is also to use the St. Patrick's Skills Training Center, a project initiated by MP Anthony Boatswain, to put
Ministry of Social Development gives support to family who tragically lost loved ones in fire yesterday. Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the National Report, I'm Rakisha St. Louis. A psychologist and officials from the Ministry of Social Development have paid a visit to offer psychological and other support to members of a Fontenoy family who tragically lost 2 young members in a fire on Sunday. Police are conducting their investigations into the early morning fire, which gutted the top floor of a 2-story home sometime between 7 a.m. and 8 a.m. 2 infants, Jamal and Javonte Frederick, 3 years and 2 months old respectively, perished in the fire. Their 5-year-old brother escaped unharmed. Following a visit to the family on Sunday, Prime Minister and Parliamentary Representative for St. George Northwest, Dr. the Right Honourable Keith Mitchell, issued a statement which read, and I quote, "There are no words to express the deep loss and the great sorrow the people of Fontenoy in St. George Northwest, and by extension this nation, are feeling, as we have lost 2 of our most precious angels in a tragic house fire. As a parliamentary representative for the constituency and as Prime Minister of this nation, I offer my most profound sympathy and my heartfelt prayers to Miss Alicia Lewis and her family. I am truly sorry for your loss. I know that the days ahead will be extremely difficult for you, but always remember that God is there to comfort you and hold your hand." Unquote. Minister for Finance, Dr. the Right Honourable Keith Mitchell, has pledged to stand with the Inland Revenue Division to help solve some of the problems it faces as he begins his new 5-year cycle as Minister for Finance. He made the commitment when he met with the IRD staff on Friday, May 4th, as part of his staff engagement initiative. The staff engagement exercise is intended to create an open forum for members to voice concerns and challenges and to solicit an exchange of ideas among management and staff. Dr. Mitchell complimented the IRD for the role it continues to play in the collection of revenue and identified the improvement in professionalism as one of the contributing factors for this accomplishment. In a separate meeting with staff of the Physical Development Unit, Dr. Mitchell said the time has come for government to address the fundamental flaws in the system that has given rise to a negative perception of the public service. He admitted that the image of the department must be corrected and has informed the staff that there would be certain administrative changes in operation to ensure that there is a fair and systemic approach to dealing with clients across the board. He intimated that the statutorization of the division may be a key element to the effectiveness and efficiency of the operations. The finance minister said government will make the decision to provide the necessary support and incentives to building professionalism and morale among staff. According to him, staff rotation can be a major tool in moving the process forward. The family of the late Cassandra Joseph, who passed away in China recently, is beginning to make funeral arrangements for their loved one now that her body has been brought back to her homeland. Joseph fell ill while in China and was admitted to hospital where she underwent surgery and remained unresponsive. Family members and friends in Grenada and China raised funds and received donations to assist with the medical expenses, but Joseph, a teacher by profession, passed away late last month. Grenada's ambassador to China, Mr. Dennis Antwine, told the Government Information Service that Ms. Joseph will be remembered as a hard-working, courageous individual.
Bringing her body home was a very somber occasion. Bringing her personal belongings to her family was also a first time in my long years of serving our country. I thought that it was significant because hers was on a mission to Grenada. She came to study to improve her capacity to contribute to Grenada. And so again, it was with a sense of sympathy and condolence to the family that we brought home Cassandra in a very honorable way.
He said during the period of her illness, there was a spirit of unity among friends and well-wishers.
There was a coming together of a number of foreign nationals and students, the university, the hospital. Their support was very, 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 very wonderful. They went out of their way to be there, to make every effort to make Cassandra comfortable. The issue is that she fell into a coma, and in the longer part of her presence there, she would not have been consciously participating, but after her surgery, there were prayers, services.
The Ministry of Education issued a statement following the news of her passing, extending condolences to her family. This is the National Report. More news after the break.
Pull your phone, tap this screen. Double times road match winners 2016, 2017 and 2018. We're gonna make some history in Grenada. Last year it was mass. This year is just more mass. Talking about Spice Mass 2018. We want everybody to come, support, and let's have a good time on the Spice Aisle. It's all about enjoyment and fun. Pretty mass and colors and jab and everything. So we just want everybody to unite, and it's all about tapping the screen. They can't wait for us to come. Remember, come and experience the greatest carnival of all. And also come and experience the beaches and the beautiful island, right? It's all about 2018 Spice Mass Carnival. Come enjoy. Last night I drink the rum and I falling numb, but I know this morning I'm waking up. Tap the screen. Pull your phone. Remember, it's going to be epic. 2018 Mass.
Welcome back. The Caribbean Examinations Council, CXC, recently trained 21 Grenadian art teachers to perform on-site moderation of CXC student-based assessments, or SBAs, for the visual arts. This means these teachers will now be able to independently grade student SBAs on island from 2019 instead of mailing them out for evaluation. The training was recently conducted at the Ministry of Education in Grenada, April 18th to 20th. Details from Annette Moore.
It's very interesting. One of the key things
above everything else is the whole idea of standardization. Every teacher being able to mark the SBA pieces on the same level as some of the other Caribbean territories.
Registrar for Exams Nicholas Paul says this on-site moderation has been several years in the making, but it is being introduced for the first time in 2018. It is part of a regional effort.
The teachers are very excited. They welcome the workshop because they thought that they were missing that kind of the experience, the expertise that we actually getting there from CXC now.
For me, I see myself doing more, going beyond, just with the exposure from the external work from the Caribbean islands and from also the presenter.
June Graham of Barbados has taught art for 42 years and has moderated and marked for CXC since 1984. She is one of 3 trainers facilitating workshops throughout the region.
We bring all the teachers together for 3 days. We train them for 2 days, and on the 3rd day, we supervise the actual moderation of the school-based assessment.
CXC SBAs from 2018 were used to conduct the training.
It has gone well in terms of being able to be in line with what is expected, what is required of us in marking the assessments.
And at the end of the exercise, I am really seeing the change, so I am satisfied.
Apart from having a large pool of visual arts moderators, Paul outlined 2 additional benefits as teachers being able to better guide student work and the reduction in heavy shipping cost to get SBAs to external moderators. The only pieces needing to be shipped out now will be those produced during examinations.
I think in all, the students are the ones that are going to benefit more. Because they will know exactly what to do, how to do it, based on the teacher's directions from what we are getting from the activity now. So in the future, I hope to see the visual arts from the secondary schools improving, if not drastically, gradually into where it's supposed to be.
For the National Report, I'm Annette Moore.
Thank you, Annette. Now to recap today's top story. Ministry of Social Development gives support to family who tragically lost loved ones in fire yesterday. And that's the National Report for today. I'm Rakisha St. Louis.